Okay, guys, so this is lesson 1 for the first week, and I am going to try to make these lessons so that they are something that you really are choosing to do for yourself, something that feels good when you listen. So we're going to really start looking at some of our limiting beliefs. We're going to look at how to express yourself and trust your inner guidance, how to speak your mind and say what you feel. You have a right to express yourself, and it is safe to learn how to say no. We're going to be getting into that in a really gentle way. When you honor what feels good and honor what doesn't feel good, then you are in alignment with your true self. When you quiet your inner voice and you ignore that inner piece of you that is trying to get your attention, we become conditioned to be yes people and people pleasers. When we turn off our inner voice, it becomes so quiet that all we can hear is criticism. Think about that for a minute. What kind of thoughts are going through your head? What kind of self-talk do you give yourself? So this is an exercise that I want you to do that is called sitting in self-acceptance. So I want you to just take a few minutes to write out some things that you are accepting about yourself, that make up the parts that make up who you are. You know, there are so many aspects of ourselves that are our personality self, but our true self, the true capital S self, is pure love and pure joy. But if we don't accept all the other parts of our personality, we can't get to the space of being our true potential. So I wrote down a few things for myself that I feel can be really things that were holding me back. So I wrote down that I accept that I get scared, that I'm not being a good mother and wife sometimes. I accept that I get lots of things started, but sometimes not finished. I accept that I buy things on impulse, and sometimes I don't utilize what I purchase. I accept that I don't share my spiritual gifts with everyone. I accept that I judge people as spiritual or not spiritual. I accept that I'm different around different people. So think about that for a little bit, you guys. Think about that. You know, it's just a habit. And when you're not accepting yourself and you're not really allowing yourself to see these parts that are waiting and looking for you to love them and heal them anyway, I want you to take the time to just write a few sentences to yourself about the things that you will accept and the things that you're not so proud of your personality. So also, I want you to use a new habit that's called stop. So when you get into the feeling of frustration or irritation or feeling like you are getting into a depression or going into a sad place or a disappointing place, I want you to say the word stop. S-T-O-P. The acronym for stop is Spirit Take Over, Please. This is how you will start to find your own inner voice, because when you stop the production of thoughts when you quiet your thoughts enough so that you say, stop, Spirit, take over, please, you will be able to, first of all, find your inner voice and then share it openly. And this will allow your desires to manifest that much easier. Think about, before you say yes to anyone and commit to anything, that you're going to check in. So I want you to tell yourself, stop. Spirit, take over, please. Do I truly want to do this? Ask yourself that before you answer anybody else. Just if somebody asks you to do something, just say, you know what, I got to check my schedule. And then go and spend some time with Spirit and say, stop. Spirit, take over, please. Do I truly want to do this? If the answer is yes, that it does best serve you and it is for your highest and best good. And if the answer is no, then say, no, I don't feel like that's a good thing for me right now. And don't be afraid to say no, because when you say no to what you don't want, you'll have so much more room for what you do want. So I wanted to talk to you about the clears again. The 4 clairs is how you can trust your intuition and thrive. So your imagination is your doorway to your intuition, and confidence comes with practice and ritual. So I want you to start to think about these different clairs. Okay, so we have clairvoyance. Clairvoyance means clear seeing. This is the ability to see in your mind's eye, called your third eye. This is the ability for you to be able to see and hear and know that you are receiving messages. When you get in tune with this clairvoyance, you'll be able to understand and see symbols, whatever you are connecting with. Sometimes you can see shadows or movements out of the corner of your eye or your peripheral vision. You can see flickering lights or different colors. If you are clairvoyant, when we do the chakra meditations, you'll be able to see the colors that we're talking about. If you're not clairvoyant, it's okay. It's just another beautiful skill that you can develop. So having visions which may come to you like a movie or a picture in your head, having visions of a deceased loved one or angels, or seeing images and mental pictures which come to you in a dream. We're going to get into lucid dreaming too. We're going to talk about that also. Also experiencing deja vu, like you've been here before. I've already done this. I know there's some things here that I'm learning, and then there's some things here that I feel like I'm just remembering. So seeing colors and auras. The aura is the energy that is the energy field that is around us. And when we are able to be clairvoyant, we can see others' auras. We can see the auras around plants, around animals, around all living things, trees. Having your visual signs from heaven, which can be literal or symbolic. So you can have something like that really is a vision from the other side. It may be somebody that you remember or somebody that you love that's on the other side. Or you may get a symbol. You may get the letter if it's like the first initial of the person who they give their initial, or they'll give you the month that they passed on, or the month that is their birthday. They'll give you something significant, which is a symbol. Then we have clairaudience. Clairaudience is clear hearing. This is the use of one's psychic ear. Sounds that are heard, but are physically detectable. So people who are clairaudient will notice that they are getting sounds, voices, words, the still small voice within. A physical or non-physical voice that you hear inside your heart or inside your ear. A song on the radio that gives you a message, or a loud voice that comes from nowhere when you feel like you were in danger. Ringing or buzzing or popping in your ears is also a sign that you are opening up to clairvoyance. To clairaudience. For me, when I became clairaudient, it felt like there was an ocean wave in my ear. It felt like I was hearing the ocean. And when I get really quiet, I'd hear popping and tapping. And that was opening that chakra, opening up so that I could hear more clearly. You can also get ringing in your ears, or you can feel like you're having whispers, those silent little whispers in your ear. Trust those. Trust those. Trust the message that you are receiving. Relax and don't analyze. Just let the beautiful message come through and write it down. Take the time to write it down. Clairsentience is clear feeling, the feeling that can be physical or energetic. So these are some ways you may feel clairsentient. You might feel chills or goosebumps. You might feel a change in the room temperature when a spirit comes into the room. You might feel slightly lightheaded. You may even feel, they may even show you, if you're a medical intuitive, they may even show you if they've passed on, how they passed on. They may show you pain in your heart. They may show you different ways that they can show you different things. When you're clairsentient, you may have tightening in your stomach muscles. You may feel like somebody brushed your hair aside, or is touching your face, or is touching you on the shoulders. You may have a gut feeling that you need to do something, and you want to trust those gut feelings. Eliminate the need to receive information from your intuition that you need proof or you need to analyze. Understand that how your information comes to you is vital in developing your intuition. So it's really important that you start to look at, how do I receive messages? How do I receive? So clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, and claircognizance. Now, claircognizance is when we just know we are having a clear knowing. This is when we just get a download of information about a situation or an insight, or spirit instantaneously, usually out of the blue. This is what's called telepathy. So telepathic messages is another way that we can get claircognizant. I'm going to do a special lesson in telepathy on another video. I want these to be short and sweet so that we can get through them and you guys don't feel overwhelmed by what I'm teaching you. So let's get into Life Loves You. So love is the miracle cure to everything in the world. So remember, drop into your heart and then start to ask, how do I receive my messages? Am I clairvoyant? Do I have clear seeing? Am I clairaudient? Do I have clear hearing? Am I claircognizant? Do I just have clear knowing? Or am I clairsentient, which means I feel things deeply and I can feel the energies? So I want you to take some time and write that down. You're going to share that with your buddy who, over this week. Talk to your buddy, and then we're going to talk about, have you been doing your playbook? Have you been doing your self-love playbook? Have you been doing your mirror work? In the mirror, have you been stopping judging yourself and seeing who you really are? Are you looking directly into your own eyes and speaking those words of courage and encouragement and nurturing your words? Are you doing that? Because if you are not doing those things for yourself, you won't see the shifts in your life. But if you become your true best friend and you love yourself completely, then you will notice that life loves you. When life loves you, that means that you will be attracting and allowing all the blessings in this world. I want you today to look in the mirror and say, I am lovable. And everywhere I go, people love me and I love myself. The world mirrors how we feel about ourselves. When you are willing to love yourself more in every area of your life, life works better. Life brings you your desires. Life conspires to bring you your desires. Remember that life loves you and wants the best for you. So I would love for you to say 10 times into your mirror, life loves me. And then write down in your journal any answers that are coming up for you, any feelings, any resistance, any fears or doubts. And end your journal by writing in the words, I am willing to let life love me. I am willing to let life love me. I am willing to make friends with my mind. Because when we love ourselves, we think healthy thoughts. Babies don't criticize or judge themselves. Babies are not pessimistic. Babies know that they are lovable. Each time that you drop a limitation, a judgment, and a doubt, you move back towards your true essence, towards your original divine mind. What is it like to be me when I'm not judging myself? I want you to write that down in your journal. What is it like to be me when I am not judging myself? The next lesson that I want you to write down is one good thing that could happen if I stopped judging and criticizing myself. Just write down one good thing that could happen if you stopped judging and criticizing yourself. Only you experience your thoughts. No one can think your thoughts. And what you think and how you believe will show up in your physical world. Believe and empower yourself every single day. Thoughts are a version of reality, not reality. You can change your thoughts, and that changes your outside reality. Thoughts have no power over you other than what you give them. Remember that. Remember that. You are the only thinker in your mind, and you can choose to think a different thought. You can tell your inner critic to take the day off. What is your most dominant belief? Go inside and be really honest with yourself. What is your most dominant belief right now? What do you believe about yourself? What do you believe about life? What do you believe about attracting and allowing your heart's desire? Take some time and write all this down. Those are your lessons for today. You will be getting, this is week 1, lesson 1. You will be getting more lessons throughout this week. Please take the time to do the lessons. The only way that you will see the shifts and the only way that you will see the changes is if you commit to making yourself a priority and you start doing these exercises. I love you. I wish you the most beautiful day. And remember, life loves you. Take the time to spend some time in front of the mirror reminding yourself of how lovable you really are and how life loves you.